So today we'll be demo reviewing this current player here, one of my students, on an MM match here that I was kind of a part of, but um, there are some key mistakes on what she's doing. It's mostly based upon um, mentality changes and understanding of the game, mostly of how to become better. Please know that this player is around the silver gold Nova level, and she's playing with people that are much higher level. Because of me, because I was a much more higher MM rank. I'm an ex global elite player, and I just basically play invite leagues and stuff like that. So basically, we're gonna demo review here and try to break down her play and maybe get some points that can teach you guys how to play the game as well. So, starting off the first rounds here, she kind of makes the first mistake of not buying armor. You kind of have that $800 to work upon whatever you need. Like, if you need util, right? So at the right of the screen, you see my name obviously where I buy two flashes and two smokes. You could do like any type of util buy you want, or you can invest in like maybe a better pistol if you need a Tech 9 to give the teammate or for yourself. Maybe a P250 if you're better with that, or if you just want to go safe, just buy armor so you won't get like armored. Not armor pen. What's it called? Yeah, basically, when you get shot, your screen won't flick and it'll make it easier for you to aim, which she did the mistake of not doing here. She still has $800, and that's something you don't want to do. So, like, after watching that round, I'd see that, like, she doesn't really understand the concepts of how some weapons work, as in that she was mostly immobile on, like, pistols, which for pistols or any type of guns, of, like, that example, like maybe SMGs, for example, you can run while shooting because it's not exactly like a rifle, where if you run, you will have shit accuracy. So, basically I'd say like for here, use your like mobility a lot more because you have a pistol. Maybe I don't know exactly if you should jump around or not because it's an area of like using vertical movement for information and stuff like that is like the perfect time of play. It's only used if like you kind of understand how it works and like when you should do it. So I wouldn't say vertical movement. You should kind of scrape off that unless like you may be using a scout, but like on this round it doesn't even matter. But like you should always be trying to poke around a lot more and stop crouching and trying to hide, right? Like you can use jiggle peeking to your advantage where you can try to clear out these angles because you obviously understand that okay, there's one tree that just came out, there's one heaven that you saw, and I think you heard one coming down vents. You should like try to jiggle peek if you can, or do whatever jiggle peeking to shoot, see if you can get a quick headshot kill is a good play. It's mostly dependent on like you you should use your mobility of a pistol to do something, and obviously jiggle peeking is a good type of play because you can easily get any type of kills, and it's not really hard to jiggle peek with a pistol, right? It's not exactly where you have to immediately when you hit A off of a D momentum, you have to shoot, right? For pistols, is a little bit better where you can like kind of hit when you peek out and stuff like that, where you don't exactly have to wait until like the A. It mostly depends on how what type of pistol you're using and such. So I'd say try to use that a lot more. So here, um, first bomb plant. So usually here, most players would save for a full buy. And I think that in this game, since it was a 5Q, I think I just called for a force. I don't really remember, but I don't exactly know here. Well, for here, since most people have forced up what like SMGs or um some sort of like pistols, right? I'd say like you should do the same as well to basically because what you're committing to is basically a stronger second round force to buy, right? You can probably buy up SMGs. I believe you had $3,000, so you obviously want to invest in Kevlar and helmets. So like people with on our team with SMGs wouldn't do as much damage with you because you have armor, right? You can maybe invest in a Tech 9 and have a full util buy, or maybe if you want to go ballsy, you can go an SMG like one of the guys on the team, but instead you've decided that you shouldn't really, you didn't want to spend any money, and I don't feel like that's a wise decision, depending on like how, I believe I said, let's just force up here, and many people agreed upon that, and we all forced up, so I think that maybe you should have like continued on to force up. It honestly depends, but I think that the best call here is just to force up and see if you can get anything out of this round. Because no matter what, the how like CS economy works is that you'll always be able to buy fourth round. So I think that like this is a risky play that's would make sense in this situation. I think, but you decided not to, which I think it's like I don't know. I wouldn't agree upon that. I think that I tried calling some sort of like weird strat here from an old playbook ahead, and I just got flanked, and it kind of just ended up being whatever. But anything we could pull out of this round would be good. You just got really like unfortunate, like on that kill, so like there's not really you can do. I think that you should aim a lot more higher towards the head, like practice head crosshair positioning because your crosshair positioning most of the time is kind of like in the mid body or around like the crotch level, which I think should be a lot more up for that easy headshot. Going to the next round, you always have money here. We should just save. You can buy next rounds, and I believe this is what happens. You just kind of just got aim punched, and that's kind of fine. But like again, with your crosshair positioning, I'm gonna like reinforce this because crosshair positioning always will improve you in terms of aim and such like that because it'll allow you to clear better angles and have a better advantage against certain opponents, right? So I mean, you just got aim punch there. There's nothing you can really do, and that's just unfortunate. Going on to the next rounds, we should be able to buy this rounds. Let's see what you buy. 6,800. You can invest in pretty much anything you want at this point. Okay, you buy full armor. You buy AK without any util, which is like I don't. This is something you never want to do. Having like a zero util, even having buying util and not even using it at all is a good habit because you never know when you have that flash in your pocket or like that HE, Molotov, or smoke in in your pocket that you could always use. So try to get into the habit of buying util and using that because it will help you a lot in situations, and it's really good. It's really good to start getting like at the lower level instead of starting it like maybe higher up wherever like you want to be in like now, which I don't really know because I've been playing ECNCO or ESA, I mean. So buying a util would be really nice. You should get into the habit of that. Again, I don't think the spot is really good. I think you should probably be in A main jiggle peeking, watching if like any A main pushes. I don't know. It's honestly like you have an advantage of having that straight on fight with like enemies, right? So I think that you should probably just go to A main jiggle peek and see if any push, and here two A players push in to A main. So again, your crosshair is like very far from the like corner, which I wouldn't really mind if like you kind of have late reactions, but like I'd say put it like close to the corner just in case people jiggle peek, right? You can easily shoot instead of having to flick towards the left. This got kind of killed there. It's kind of unfortunate. Um, Again, you have 6,000 because you didn't really buy any util at that point, and it's just like, yeah, it's stuff. You can basically still buy anything you want. Here you're starting to invest a little bit more. Again, you can buy one more like nade, whether it's Molotov or HEs. I would recommend Molotovs on this map if you had to ask me on the utils, because Molotovs are much more useful in clearing out positions like vents and stuff like that if you know the Molotov spots. Again, you're just running out like these angles, right? Like you're putting your crosshair like kind of wherever, right? And like you're not putting it like the corners, like right here would be a perfect example. I don't know why you would pull out a smoke there. I think that you should probably put your crosshair towards truck side just in case any CTs pop out, like any quick CT rotates are there, so you can easily kill them. I think it's mostly just like understanding of the game that would be like a lot helpful in the situation. See, you were just kind of confused here. It's fun. And yeah, with the crosshair plays, when you have nowhere useful and you just got killed because of it, because I don't know, you reacted pretty late to that. And it was just like, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, 5,800 here. You'll be able to buy pretty much everything if you need. And here you decide to save, which when your team has full AK, why? No, you don't really want to do this. You would rather force up, and I don't know what was going through your mind here on a Tech 9 buy. It was pretty weird. I don't know about this. And again, with the emphasis of buying a util there, if you had any type of util, you could have thrown that towards heaven. You won't have to look at heaven or a tree or whatever. Um, Again, you hear him dropping down, so you should probably focus on. I think you hear the vent guys will. But yeah, probably be aware more of surroundings to react faster. Okay, you have 7K here. Everyone on your team is forced up. What do you do with this? And then this is good. You're fully invested. This is a full buy. This is very good of you. Get in the habit of doing this a lot more with whatever you do. Again, you dragged out to it, and you're not like watching a specific corner. You're just like watching like the quad boxes. You're not watching the quad corner or you're watching MBK. You're just dragging it out to the quad box and just looking there. You should probably look watching default. Like you gotta clear out the angles versus where you put on exact spot, right? And you just kind of skipped him. It's unfortunate, but I mean, you should probably get in the habit of more. I mean, it's fine. We all suck at the beginning. Just trying to get some good advice. All right, you getting up here? Or you can still buy more utility. You should probably invest in that. I don't know if you do, but yeah, 2K. You should invest a lot more util. Maybe a flash or a smoke or whatever you try. You decide, but gotta get in good habit at it. Also with the bomb plants, like, you're planning at default, you don't really need to do that. If, like, we clear out the site, we already have people in sight. I quad instead of watching your truck push, so you should try to plant for a man, if you can. If you don't know, probably look up a video or something about it, like, plant spots. Like, your playstyle is very weird. It's very, like, baity, but, like, it also conveys a sense of, like, you don't know what to do, mostly. Again, you have 5K, you can invest in more util. Again, your crosshair is nowhere. You're just looking at the ground, so you should probably put it up. Like, that's a little bit better, right? But like, I don't really agree with the spot. Again, with the crosshair placement, you're just putting at the grounds. But I mean, like, you're not really clearing angles at all, so it's fine. Because we already have side control, and you're just watching events now. Here, you're just kind of baiting, but the bomb's not being planted for you, I think. Yeah, it's one for B main. You're just not really doing anything specifically useful. I mean, you're just playing like a back line. I don't know. Got that kill. You see, uh, you should probably, like, as soon as you crouched out, you saw his body on the left, and you started committing towards, like, he still shot, like, he didn't, like, it's super slow reaction time, and you're not, like, switching immediately, which you should be doing, and it's just, like, yeah, it's unfortunate. Okay, so you have 9K here. Probably buy up anything you want. Alright, good. You have a full buy. It's good. And I don't really agree with the spot, but whatever. Okay, so you approach out, you see this guy's Z. You should be trying to flood out as soon as you get that Z guy out because there's already a guy boost red. I believe it was like 50 Hydra or something like that. Like, you should be charging out to like get closer angles and to surprise him, right? But you instead decided to hold this specific angle and take him on an aim duel on like the repeat, which I don't really necessarily agree on because if you guys were of equal skill level and he knows he's probably gonna look like if he clears out, right? He specifically clears out angles, he'll see that you're not like vent side watching like Z from a straight on angle. You're not on like the vents looking down on a hut side. So once he starts clearing out those angles, he'll see that you're in this you're still in garage here, and he'll just kill you because of like how it is. And you're just trying to take this aim duel while you're not trying to position yourself to a smarter position, which I think you should be doing. And but you're just trying to take the aim duel. You didn't really. You just kind of stood there, which I mean, if you were like really good against this type of player, right? I would like totally agree with you because if you could do it, I don't. It doesn't really matter as long as you get the job done, right? But you just chose not to take the smarter approach and just like do it. It mostly depends on how you're playing. On this game, you're not doing as well, so I'd say take the smarter positioning and just run out towards vent side, because at that point you have a better positioning to take against the white box guy if he peeks out, because you'll be in a position where you can kind of zone out a little bit better than like garage area, if you know what I'm kind of trying to say. So you're still trying to take this angle here, and it's like not really happening. Then you're trying to flick this guy. You're moving while shooting because like you're very scared of like trying to do it. Like either try to slow down or try to like strafe shoot. Like you don't know the concept of strafe shooting. You're just like popping out and then just standing still to shoot. Like you have to be strafe shooting here if you want to like mechanically destroy this person. You're not doing it. Like you're just popping out, showing like your entire body, and then shooting a couple. Like you're tap shooting, and then you're like popping back into cover, and then you're just standing still. You're like you're not exactly doing anything like very grand. Like you get to be using any type of like you have to be using anything you can to get an advantage. So Jiggle Piki here will be an obvious advantage because you can obviously go back and go into cover and go back out to fight repeatedly at your own pace. And but then you're just not doing that. You're just showing your whole body. You're committing to the fight, if you know what I mean. Because you're just standing there and you're doing just tap shooting. You're not spraying or doing anything. You're just tapping. So you're just making replan a B. So you decided that I'm gonna watch this vent side by staying in mid, right? If he goes to like vents, I got him, and you're kind of watching the flank of mid main, but you won't be able to watch it if they go to T spawn, which is fine, because most people at this point won't go to T spawn because that's a long ass time. So here, got mid, so you should be instantly reacting to him. All right, you hear that he Vix vents, and then you just kind of got bullshit there. It's like whatever, but like you kind of just I don't know when you like try to. Actually, that concept is fine. Um, you just kind of got headshotted. There's nothing you could really do with an AK. Yeah. Next, you have 8,000K. What will you be buying here? AK 2 flashes, you still have no util to get into the habit of using it or buying because you'll eventually get into the habit of using it because you have it in your pocket, right? Like how handy is 2 flashes or a smoke or a Molotov, right? Again, your util, like like I don't think you understand how to spray, in all honesty. Like you just prefer tap shooting a lot more, but like the tap shooting is not really working out because you're not aiming at head at all. Like you're just aiming at like crotch level or chest level, and it's not exactly a point where you want to be tap shooting. At that point you want to be spraying so you get more bullets down range. Tap shooting is maybe um more towards the head, right? But you're not really doing that. So you don't practicing gun control is like a must at this level and in emphasis at this point because what I've been seeing, right? Movement, gun control, understanding of the game, and like that's what you really want to emphasize. And of course, buying util would be a good like indicator. So you die here, round goes on. Again, you have 4,000K, but you decide to buy a Tech 9, which I still don't understand. I don't know. Okay, so you hear this like heaven call because your teammate just died. And then you just walk right past him without like a doubt, without even clear angle. You luckily dodged the bullet, or you just missed whatever happened. You clear out this headshot angle. Now you move over to default. He's not there. You kind of like see a tip or something on the guy's head, and you just keep spraying. He commits to you, and you fight. You win the gunfight, which is kind of good. Okay, big like very like puggish kind of like stupid way to cross in like a B site, which I always see people do, even at high level, right? In like high level ESEA pugs, like you're crossing this angle, this bridge angle, where you're susceptible to like heaven, but and treed to a little bit if like it's not smoked out. So you see that tree's not smoked out. You would went up this like bridge angle where it's. I would never go up this bridge angle unless you have heaven smoked off, and you don't have heaven smoked off here. So you basically just open yourself to two angles because of one guy in tree and one guy in heaven. You have your like crosshair in the middle of nowhere. Like if this like the triangle was smoked, you look heaven, make sure he's not there. If he's not there, whatever. You made it on the safe. You made it on the site safe somehow, some way, right? But like you just you gotta cross under heaven here. Like that's just the smart decision because you have no other like smokes. Like you have one more smoke on the other team, but like he's just far behind already, and you guys are already trying to commit towards the site with no smokes on the like tree or heaven. You're crossing at a really bad angle, and it's just that like you're opening yourself to so many bad angles, and you don't have like the crosshair positioning or like I guess you just didn't really understand like the different angles and like understanding that um I think the best way to describe it is like cash is a lot more of like linear engagements, right? Where most engagements are either engagements that are on the same like plane, like which means same height or like somewhat same height. So maybe like having kind of like B site would be kind of an angle or like the B B main and like tree and stuff like that. It's a lot more like those kind of angles. I guess you just don't really understand like the angles at all and like what to do in a certain where you're just committing to like a you're not committing, but you're going to like these bad like habit spots without like a specific good reason for it. Like you want to go to this B to go really quick on the site only because you have heaven and tree smoked off. Those are good reasons to go here because you'll get like a faster um B site, get on the B site quicker, right? But like in this scenario, like everything is wrong. Like everything just went wrong for you, and like you're doing nothing to counteract it. Like you're basically your crosshairs in the middle of nowhere. I don't know where it is. You have a guy who's like in front of you, because like tree was like not smoked off, which was unfortunate for you. I mean, that tree smoke and miss, you should have just seen them be like, okay, I can't cross it there. Who has to smoke? Smoke it off for me, please. And then you're crossing into heaven angle where an op, where you just saw the guy miss a shot at you as you cross over to B site, and you're just not taking into account of what's going on. And you just, I believe you just die here, right? You just get on the site. Somehow, some way, the heaven guy didn't even do anything, which is just a really bad play on him. He could have got an easy pick, like got onto like a 4v3 easy game, and then the tree guy just lost a gun or like didn't even shoot you at all. He just shot your freaking feet and decided like you should dance or something, and you just got really lucky here. At like higher levels, the moment like the tree guy sees you, you're dead. If you survive him, the moment you cross in the site and you're invisible to the heaven guy because the heaven guy has so many angles like he can shoot you from, you're dead immediately. Like you should not be able to get on the site as cleanly and freely as like you just did there. And that's just like the luckiest thing that would ever happen. And then you just die to the heaven guy, and it's just really unfortunate because they angle. I think you should just. I'll go over the more points of emphasis of what you should do more at the ends. So like you can kind of recap on what to do or what to like learn more. So you might not be clear out these angles. Like you clear out these angles, but you're not taking the initiative. Like you're just waiting for them to run into you, which sometimes might not happen, but you should try to like take some sort of positioning. Taking mid control is really good in cash, but you're not taking it at all. Like you're just waiting for them to run into you. Which if you already cleared out the Z, so he can't be Z, right? He has to be either sandbags or white box. White box is not there, and then you clear the white C again. He didn't come out late. You clear out white box, not there, and you're still like sitting in this angle here. You should be automatically running out. And then here you just kind of like back off and not take map control. Which I wouldn't agree on, but like I mean it really depends on like mostly what happens here, and you just die from a B push, which is unfortunate. Low eco buy. I think the smart choice here is just to buy up. Alright, you had the first kill on that guy. You had the second kill, or someone else got the second kill, and you kind of clear out these angles. Oh, a little bit too fast. Let's watch that round again, because I kind of went over a little bit too fast because of the 4 times speed. I'll slow down when we get in the A-main. So, but you kill this first guy, luckily. You jump over, like crosshairs kill on nothing. Then you just come out where your crosshair luckily on the guy who's fully YP committing onto you, and then your teammates obviously get the kill, so it's fine. Then you come out with the crosshair still nowhere. Like you're not, you have to be closer to the like corner of like the highway so you can see if anyone's opping or like rifling there, so you can fully, if he's there, headshot, easy kill, right? But you're not there, and then you just die from a repeat. It's fine. So yeah, I need it down a little bit. It's not that bad. They smoked off A main. There's a little bit of gaps. You should try to like use that to your advantage. Try to get on this spot here. It's fine if you need to, but I mean these guys are trying to run out and fight already. And then your teammates just cleared out like fork area. You shouldn't be really looking. You should go out a little bit more. Try to get any more picks on a site. Here you did a little bit better job, but then again you have like you kind of adjusted late. I think you should be starting to understand like the angles a little bit better. You know what I mean? All right, so put this around next round or next half. Still haven't bought armor yet. Still, you gotta get into the habit of buying armor. Like 100%, buy armor or buy some sort of util or defuse kit. Like that's it. Or you did buy armor here, which is good. Just kind of just setting a B main angle here. You're kind of holding it wide. I don't know. Honestly, it depends on like how like you react to how you think you are. So you're just kind of confused on like what's happening here, right? Like your teammates just died at A, and there's a fake out at B, right? So I guess you just rotate it out, pull your pistol out here. You just saw this guy run back to like A site, so you automatically react like, okay, this guy's right here. And you know this angle, you should start taking more ground here. You're looking for gunfights, but you're not taking rounds. So you get a good flank on this guy. There's one A main. There's one squeaky. I think that like you should be honestly looking towards Ime in that situation because he's gonna be like the easiest to pick off. Whoops. I'm bring it right back. Hold on. Minor mistake. Okay, so next round you're forced to like force buy here because you buy fourth round again. Buy half armor. Like I don't think you should be buying half armor here. I think you should either be buying like because you still have $700, so you can still buy fourth round no matter what. So I think you should commit to like a full armor buy so you can get a like head armor so you can survive any SMGs. I think you should do that instead of just buying half armor, just a pistol, like pistol, full armor, whatever. But I don't know. I don't really understand that. Okay, so we won the third round, so that should obviously tell you that okay, we should buy up here. But then instead you buy a deagle, which I don't know. I think you should. I don't know. You should be buying SMG here. so you can build up your anti-eco money. Again, your crosshair positioning is not like the greatest, so I'm gonna stop talking about it until like the end of the game. But like, yeah, keep that in mind. You're doing a good job of like the whole kind of jiggle peek a little bit here, which is good. His iPhone flank from B because like I just waited for the huge flank. So here, my difference is a lot right now. I think the best here is just to sit or full buy to reset like the whole money of what we have, and I don't know. No one really followed up on the guys buy, so I just continue buying Deagle. I think this like position here is like really bad because you don't really have like mid main smoke, so I think you should be there because someone pops out. Like kind of in like a really bad position. I think you start realizing that, and you just kind of like, again, you're in a really bad position, and you're just positioning yourself bad, and you're like not understanding like the angles and stuff. I think that's just your problem, and on cash here, on this like game specifically. This round was kind of just whatever. Your just teammates got bullshit there, and then you return back, and you hold that angle, and then I don't know. You guys are really. Oh yeah, we decided to save here, or you guys decided to save. I think. Okay, just got caught out. It's fine. I think you should be holding it less from the ocean. Less from like here, right? It's just that you gotta like kind of watch closer. But it depends on like your reaction time. And it's just got traded there. It's fine. Went down with 1 kill, which is good. Again, you have 6,000 util. Gotta get in the habit of it. Trust me. You just got mollied out. Position's fine. You know this guy is somewhere. Or your teammate just cleaned it up. It's fine. I don't think you should fall off from that position. I think you should just stay there. I don't know what your decision making was here. You don't exactly have to like fully rotate to this vent angle like easily if you go through heaven, right? Like you can, or like heaven or tree, you can easily just trade out. He's got a kill and you win rounds. Good. Somewhere you tell. Modest position. I don't think you should mod that. I think you should like save it for a rush. And then you just hold this kind of like open angle. I think you should be. I don't know. You're kind of adjusting. You're like, I feel like you're not really comfortable with your settings, your mouse settings at all. Like from what I'm watching here, like it's very, like that. If you see it on my demo UI, it's just like shaky, kind of. You know what I mean? And you lost a gunfight. It's fine. So you peek out, you see like a couple guys there. You should just honestly just not repeat again, just hold this angle. And then you're like holding it through the wall. I think you should just watch the door. And it just kind of died from a headshot angle because you didn't. You're just watching the wrong thing at the wrong time. And you just lost that like headshot again. Like you just peeked down, just he preferred common angles, and that's just what happened to you. And I think you should give up here. That's just kind of what happened. Yeah, I think obviously the game you should emphasize learning the basic mechanics of CS and understanding of it, like crosshair placement, movement, and like that, and then you should learn from, and then you should just just refine and kind of maybe check up on those settings because I don't really think you're comfortable with that from what I've seen, and then like yeah, just like the refinement of understanding the maps, game, and the basic mechanics of it. And I think that you should be perfectly fine with whatever happens. Yeah, this will be my first episode for like demo reviews for students or any type of person. I'm gonna have an email down in the description for if you need to do any like demos, send it to me, and I will gladly show it on like YouTube or do it private. Depends on you mostly. But mostly the series is to emphasize things that can be taught all around in any skill level, right? Like, cause even in higher levels, you kind of have to still refine your basics and stuff like that. So, this would be a good like recap for any type of player, and especially players maybe getting into the scene. I don't really. It depends on how you try to like have perception of it. I should say. All right, later.